Skylanders Spyro's Adventure released for most European markets on October 13, 2011, meaning that when this video goes live, it's exactly 10 years later, and over the course of that time, this franchise, as started by Spyro's Adventure, has managed to impact upon the lives of dozens upon dozens of people, as expressed in this video, to which it's very ambitious. It took me hours to edit this together after receiving so many submissions, but I asked for it and you guys came through. I truly appreciate that beyond what words could possibly express, because just being able to see all of these different lives from different backgrounds and see the common ground where Skylanders has impacted us all is just a really powerful thing. So watching through these videos, I did shed a tear a little. I am going to be truthful about that. But enough of this intro. You're here to check out all of these awesome SkyTubers, as well as just individuals alike who are here to talk about how Skylanders has impacted them. So without further ado, I'm going to roll my intro and get straight into these incredible SkyTubers.
Hey guys, Terrapog here, and today I'm going to talk about the ways that Skylanders has impacted me. First of all, it's what got me into video games in the first place. I remember the good old days of begging my mum for the game. The second biggest impact it's made on me is I've made friends in the community, mainly on the Discord side of the community. The third impact was, of course, making this channel. I mean, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel about Skylanders if I didn't like the games. And the biggest impact Skylanders has left on me is my wallet. Seriously, I have no money, I haven't eaten in 5 days, please help! Jokes aside, here's to even more years of celebrating this awesome franchise.
Okay, so Skylanders impacted my life because, well, it kind of let me go closer to my mom, honestly, because we used to play Imaginators a lot, and we still do now, just not as much because she works a lot now. But we would play Skylanders so much together, and it kind of got us a bit closer, and it also got my mom invested in the series a bit. Another thing is that I wouldn't be here now, like, Sturified Studios, they wouldn't be here. The only reason really I started YouTube was because of Skylanders. If it hadn't been for Skylanders, I wouldn't be doing videos for you guys now. And I wouldn't be able to take part in this amazing collaboration with Ignite the Fire and so many other amazing SkyTubers. So that's mainly the reason why. You know, besides, Skylanders kind of like helped me as a person be good at other video games as well. So, kind of been for SSA, Imaginators, whatever the game, I wouldn't probably be as good as some other games like Disney Infinity, if everyone remembers that game. Remember that game? I don't. Much. I'm joking. But like, seriously, Skylanders like allowed me to go closer to my mom. Also some friends as well. And as well, it just allowed me to be able to do what I do. I love doing, which is videos. So thank you, Ignite, for allowing me to be on this collaboration. And yeah, bye everyone, that's Sturified, signing out.
Hey there guys, Conquertron here, and today I'm going to be talking about how Skylanders impacted my life. But before we get to that, I just want to thank Ignite the Fire for letting me be part of this. Now, Skylanders has impacted my life for the better. It's been like, I've been playing it since my childhood. I've had so many good memories searching for Skylanders, playing it with my brothers. One of my best memories was getting Skylanders Giants for the first time and playing it with my friends. It's been an awesome ride, and I'm even more glad about it now because without it, I wouldn't have started this YouTube channel. I might not even started it, or it would have been something else, and I wouldn't have been able to meet all of these awesome other SkyTubers that you should totally check out. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.
Well, hey there everyone, Jap28 here. Wow, 10 years Skylanders. Oh, that's over half of your lives for some of you. That's crazy to me. Now, I know I'm a lot older than many of you, but I've been collecting since I've been very young. Very early on, it was always Star Wars.
Hello there.
But I've had other collections like G.I. Joe, He-Man, so many collections. Even to this day, I like collecting Pokemon cards. Yeah, full art trainer supporter cards. But I gotta say, the biggest collection I've ever had and the most fun collecting is Skylanders. Skylanders is the best, right? And I want to give them a big thank you, because not only have I met like great people over those 10 years, it also helps with the daily grind, right? Maybe work's got you down, or you had a fight with a loved one. Well, diving into Skylands for just a few hours really helps out with these issues. So thank you, Skylanders, and happy 10.
Hello everyone, my name is Tuimi, and today I'm going to be talking about how Skylanders has impacted me. So I was introduced to Skylanders at a youngish age, and my dad got it for me, and it was how I had so much fun with so many friends. Basically, I just love gimmicky things like Rock Band, Skylanders, trying to think, like 3DS, like gimmicky gaming stuff. I love that. And when I first saw Skylanders, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, they saved the data on the card. That's crazy. And I had so much fun playing with my friends and introducing them and seeing what their favorite characters were and things like that. And every time I played the game, it was different because I got to play it with a new character. And yeah, I was just introduced to so many different people through that and through YouTube, and I'm just very thankful for that. And yeah, especially awesome people like Ignite the Fire. So thank you so much for having me on your channel, dude. Have a great rest of your day.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Mason, and I would like to give a huge thank you to Ignite the Fire for asking me to be part of this collaboration. He asked me to talk about some of my favourite parts about Skylanders, like what impact Skylanders made on me and why do I like it. And my favourite part about Skylanders personally is collecting. Every time I get a new Skylander and I get the chance to just play it on the portal and see the new moveset, it just fills me with joy. There's a bunch of different Skylanders here. You've got Cores, Giant, Swap Force, Superchargers, Chompy, Imaginators, Senseis and Villains. There's so much fun stuff, like variants, Eon's Elite over here, vehicles, chase variants, one. Literally any time I get the chance to play as a brand new Skylander, I'm just always super happy, because playing is a new Skylander, knowing, getting to use their moveset, seeing how strong they can be, it's one of my favourite things in the world. It just blows my mind how there's so many unique and incredible Skylanders that I just get to have. It's just absolutely amazing.
Hello everyone, I'm Skylanders Prime, and this is how Skylanders impacted my life. So, I used to have Skylanders on the Xbox 360, and then I played it for a bit. I didn't have many characters, I only had a few. I literally had about 5. But then, I sold them, a bit on, maybe a year or so later. And that was when I had an Xbox One. But then, one time I just wanted to get it all back, but obviously I couldn't, so I ended up, just buying them again. But I have, way more now. And that's kind of how it all happened. And then I suppose my collection just grew and grew, because I had this massive bundle of Skylanders off eBay, and I just started buying some more at CX stores and stuff.
Now, Skylanders has been around for 10 years, and those 10 years have taught me that collecting is fun. I think that this game really caused me to be a collector of all sorts of things, and I do believe Skylanders was the gateway to that, because now I collect all sorts of things, and it really introduced me to the joys of collecting.
I mean, Skylanders has affected my life in so many ways, all of them being positive, of course. it was one of the defining, things of my childhood. I have no idea what my childhood will look like without Skylanders. It's one of my most fondest memories from my childhood, and even now, 10 years later, here I am making YouTube videos on a game series that a lot of people thought was dead, but we have a very strong community here. I mean, it is just so great. It's so amazing to see that one of my favorite childhood games is, still has a big fan base that still loves and enjoys the games. So yeah, I mean, Skylanders has impacted me in so many ways. It was, it's my favorite game series ever, and I just got to meet so many cool people like Ignite the Fire. I've got to meet so many awesome people that I would never get to know if it wasn't for Skylanders. I've met so many cool people. I have a great game series I can always play over and over again. I'll never get bored of it, and it just has given me so many memories. So yeah, that's how Skylanders has impacted my life, and I can't thank Skylanders enough for being in my life. So yeah.
Greetings, my Portal Master fellows. It is I, Skyworld Stream, here on Ignite's video that he graciously allowed me on. Today, the question is simple, but the answer is complex. What impact has Skylanders had on me? From a young age, not that young actually, but when I got that Swap Force starter pack that fateful Christmas of 2013, I knew something happened. Something happened when I put Blast Zone on the portal for the very first time and watched as he flew straight into the game from the real world. Everyone always thought I was a little weird for Skylanders, but I always thought they were a little weird for not liking Skylanders. Skylanders, I mean, I have a YouTube channel, and that should already tell you how much I like it. But it's just literally, you can take that Boom Boom solo run, which I did. Then again, by the time this is uploaded, that will be a while ago. But I was talking about how I had a terrible day at school. But when I was playing that Skylanders game, everything like that just went away. All I felt was happiness. And if that doesn't express my love for this series, then I don't know what will. Skylanders is a comfy space. It's a comfort zone I always want to be in. And thank you, Ignite, for having me on this video, and bye.
Hello everyone, this is Tears of Rose for the 10th anniversary of Skylanders. And so I'm here to say how this series has impacted me. So yeah, basically, Skylanders was my first ever video game series, so yeah, a lot of big impact for both my real life and my online life, because, I'm basically Skylanders crazy. Anyways, so yeah, if it weren't for Skylanders, I probably wouldn't have been into, all the other different series that I'm into, like Ratchet and Clank, of course, and Xenoblade Chronicles, Persona 5, which is also celebrating its anniversary this year, the 5th anniversary. And yeah, there's also, of course, Crash Bandicoot with Crash's appearance, and of course the Spyro series, the original and the Legend of Spyro, which I both like, not as much as Skylanders though, but yeah, and that's about it.
Hi guys, it's SkyTuber here. Thank you so much Ignite the Fire for letting me participate in this and come on your channel. So today I'll be talking about why Skylanders mean so much to me. So Skylanders mean so much to me because it played a huge part in my childhood. I grew up with these games. I absolutely love Skylanders, one of my favourite video game franchises of all time. The characters are unique, the figures look really, really cool. And as a young kid, I always thought, buying a figure that you could have in hand that looked absolutely awesome, putting it on that portal, it wasn't like any other game at the time. And for me, that was just absolutely insane. To be able to buy a figure from the shops, get excited about getting the figure, and then place it on the portal, and boom, you can play as that character. For me, at the time, that was just absolutely insane. And yeah, overall, I grew up with Skylanders. I've loved it. I've never not loved it. It has a huge nostalgic purpose for me. And what can I say? I just absolutely love Skylanders. And in terms of gaming, I don't think I'd love gaming as much without Skylanders. It built a lot up for me in terms of the games that I play today. And yeah, I love Skylanders.
So first of all, I want to say thank you so much, Ignite the Fire, for putting me in this video. It's an amazing opportunity. And now I'm going to be talking about the impact Skylanders had on me. Oh, wow, I completely forgot to say this. This is Robo Legends, by the way. You probably can tell by my voice if you watch my YouTube channel. But Skylanders has made such a big impact on me because it inspired me enough to make my own YouTube channel. And that changed my life completely because I met so many new people. Like, I know Bumble Blaster, Italian Fries, so many other people, and they're just like my friends, and they're really cool people. And it also just changed my life so much because as a kid I played it, and I'm still playing it to this day. Well, I took a little break, but it just so much nostalgia, and it's just awesome. And after a hard day of school, I playing Skylanders is just like the best because it just relaxes you because it's not like a stressful game. It's just a relaxing game.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
That's very fun to play. And it's made, honestly, such a big impact on me because I wouldn't even be here recording this right now if I didn't play Skylanders. So, yeah. Now, thank you for this opportunity, Ignite the Fire, and bye.
What's going on, guys? Victor of Saving Skylands here on Ignite the Fire's channel to tell you guys what Skylanders means to me over the past 10 years, because that's how long I've been playing. I've been playing since day one it was released. My parents went out and got me the game because I had constantly seen the commercials on TV and been writing it down all the time on the refrigerator and all like that. So I was so excited, and luckily it came out around a holiday or something. If not, they were just being super nice and then just created this monstrosity of collecting and collecting and collecting. But there's much more than that. They're hidden in my closet, they're everywhere else. But overall, just what Skylanders means to me, and the biggest factor is just to be able to bring people together. My whole life, it's just been bringing people together. Every time I play, if I go through phases where I play it, I don't play it, I play it, I don't play it. Because I'm relatively new to the community. I've been only doing this for about 4 months. And thank you guys for all the support, by the way. But like when I first got it, me and my sisters would play, and my parents. And then nowadays I play with my girlfriend. We're able to play this together, and it's just able to have so many different play styles since there's so many different characters. It's just so much fun, and it really just brings people together. And more importantly, it brought us together. Yes, I'm talking to you watching this, because this is a community, this is an amazing community, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. Anyways, thank you, Ignite the Fire, for letting me come on your channel and tell you why Skylanders means so much to me.
Hello everyone, my name is Kai Genji, and today I'm gonna talk about how Skylanders has impacted my life. So, back in 2011, when I wasn't really a gamer yet, we didn't have a PS3 yet, we didn't have a Wii, I only had a 3DS and a PSP, we saw the advertisement of Spyro's Adventures, and we thought it was funny how Eruptor burped. This guy here. We were laughing with it the whole time, and the kinda Eruptor was the reason why we bought Skylanders at the beginning. So Skylanders made my childhood very, very great. I loved hunting for them, I loved getting them. When I got my hands on some money, I always directly told my parents, get me to the game store right now. Because I always wanted a Skylander. The fun thing also is collecting like different versions of Skylanders, because it's just so fun and cool. Also, Trap Team is my favorite game out of them all. The reason why is because it's just so much fun gameplay, finally being able to play as Chaos. So yeah, Trap Team kinda helped me the most in the Skylanders times. But Swap Force was also a very big help because it was my first Skylanders game that I owned myself, because Spyro's Adventures and Giants were owned by my bigger brother because I didn't have money at the time. So yeah, Swap Force was my first owned Skylanders, and yeah, so Swap Force really helped as well, but Trap Team really made me fall in love with the series even more. So yeah. Also, big thanks to Ignite the Fire for letting me be part of this video, and see you guys later.
Firstly, I would like to say a huge thanks to Ignite the Fire for letting me say my words about the franchise and its 10th birthday. So yeah, thanks Ignite, and yeah. So, as you may or not know, the 10th anniversary is coming up. By the time I'm recording this, it's like a couple days, like a week or so. But Skylanders has impacted me so much. I wouldn't have made a YouTube channel, I wouldn't have made some awesome, incredible people and friends. I wouldn't even have been playing my favorite game franchise till this day. I started playing Skylanders when I was about 5, when SSA came out. I played that on my brother's Xbox 360 and I had a blast. Literally putting a toy onto a portal and that toy coming to life in the game. That blew my mind. And I bet it did when you first put that Skylander down on your portal. Now, Superchargers is my favourite game. I had so much nostalgia playing that this year when I got back into the Skylanders games and community. But yeah, this Superchargers is so underrated. I just wanted to say this. But yeah, thanks for watching my segment of the video, and peace out.
The Skylanders franchise has a pretty big impact on my life, where it took me 9 years to collect all the figures, which is a massive achievement for me. The games can be a lot of fun and did bring in a unique concept of bringing toys to life, and the level designs and graphics of every game were just absolutely gorgeous. Every Skylander was unique and all had their own strengths and weaknesses. My favourite Skylander had always been Spyro, and Spyro is my all-time favourite video game character. I just absolutely love this guy. My ranking of the games would be Swap Force at the bottom. While still a decent game, it just disappoints me that NPCs such as Callie and Hugo were kicked out. Giants is at number 5. A very, very good game, but I would have liked it a little more if Hugo was there. Spyro's Adventure at number 4, just simply a nostalgic classic original game and a great start to the franchise. Trap Team is at number 3, an incredible game and amazing levels and tons of fun, and the concept of Tratanium traps was absolutely phenomenal. Superchargers is at number 2. Yes, I said it, I genuinely do love this game, and the balance of racing and action, and it had everything I wanted from a Skylanders game. Number 1 is Imaginators. Yes, this one's my favourite, I said it. It's a great finish and had a lot of fun brought to the table. Overall, a franchise that holds a very special place in my heart, and happy 10th anniversary to Spyro's Adventure.
Greetings, fellow Pultimasters, I'm Crash Razzle, and it's once again time to crash the Skylanders here Ignite's channel, giving you my reasons of why, or what Skylanders means to me over the last 10 years. So if you guys didn't know, I have been a fan of Skylanders since the beginning. I haven't just showed up halfway through it. I literally have played since the first game. And honestly, it opened up a new door for me. The biggest thing is that, if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Spyro fan. I literally played the first 3 games, absolutely loved it, tried the other 2, thought they were and then I played the Legend of Spyro series and couldn't stand them. And honestly, I thought it was kind of it. And then of course I seen Spyro. When Spyro first came out, I thought he was a horrible looking Skylander. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And you know what? I decided to give it a try. I said, you know what this is going to do? This is either going to completely ruin my childhood or continue it. And if he doesn't know, I'm Crash the Skylands, so obviously it ruined it. So what it did for me was reignite my childhood passion, something that I loved playing when I was younger, and gave me something new. It gave me something to collect in a time where I didn't really know what I was doing. So in my life, I was kind of where I am, like just kind of just flat. And collecting Skylanders was kind of an escape for me, where I can just go out and go hunting for figurines and find some figurines and find some new ones that I like and all that. So it became a new aspect for me to try out everything. And I gotta say, Skylanders definitely reignited a passion in me that I never knew I had. So definitely, the best thing to happen to me about Skylanders was the fact that it reignited my childhood. It reignited my trilogy. It reignited trilogy. Spyro reignited trilogy. Great game. But seriously though, it's definitely the fact that it revitalized my childhood right from the beginning. And that's definitely the reason why I love it so much.
What's up, guys? Cars Ignite here. And well, I might not be the most well-known Skylanders fan, but still, I'm a huge fan of Skylanders. I've been collecting since Swap Force came out, and I've been playing the games, and Skylanders has always brought magic, has always been so magical. Well, it comes to, whether it being bringing vehicles to life, capturing villains, or even just bringing in a new Skylander. The 6 games have been so great and enjoyable, and I still play Skylanders today, and still even still trying to collect all the figures. And I want to just thank Toys for Bob, Vicarious Visions, Activision, and Beanox for these wonderful 10 years of this franchise.
Hi everyone, Inklander here. I'm a Twitch affiliate live streamer and Spotify podcaster, and a lot of my content revolves around Skylanders. So, Skylanders as a series means a lot to me. It's something that I was introduced to with Skylanders Giants, and ever since that game, I've just loved everything about it. I think the characters are very innovative and very unique, and the same thing can be said about the world building. I love the storytelling, I love the level design, just everything about Skylanders is such a wonderful package, and is one of those games that after you've had a long day and maybe you're feeling a little bit stressed out, you can go sit down and play for maybe 30 minutes or an hour or maybe even a couple hours and just really dive into that world and just feel like you're there and feel like you're a part of that. And I think that's something really unique about Skylanders. It's just so immersive in the way that everything works together, especially with the toy aspect where you are literally a character. Being the Portal Master, you are actually a part of the world, and I think that makes this franchise all the more special. So I just want to say thank you so much to the team at Toys for Bob, and also to the teams at Vicarious Visions and Beanox for just making this amazing franchise that has really been near and dear to my heart, and I know that it's something that all the fans are going to appreciate for many years to come.
The year was 2014, and the only things I was interested in back then were hero factories, and that was it. Then one day, my mum thought it was a good idea to take me and my sister to TK Maxx. Then I saw those shelves with those figures, and I thought, hey, those are Skylanders. I saw some of their outfits on TV. But I picked one of them, that being Hothead, and I never looked back since. Definitely never looked back since. Heck, I even got these figures before I got my first console, the Wii U. And if I never got into Skylanders, I wouldn't have known any of these masterpieces. Skylanders for me is one of my most personal favourite video game franchises. Throughout its 6 mainline releases, it each had interesting gimmicks to keep the fluidity of the gameplay going. And each of the mainline games have a simple, yet effective enough story to keep me interested at a younger age. Most of the time. And I also really enjoy how Activision gave most of the Skylanders unique personalities, both in-game and some even in comics. And I mean, even the villains are extremely memorable for a kid's game. I mean, what other game has a rapping drilling robot that raps better than 6ix9ine? But enough about me, now to the next SkyTuber.
What's up, y'all? Earthen Avenger here, coming to you. Want to tell you how Skylanders has impacted me. Now, back in 2011, me and my friends got into it, and, we went around together, hunted the figures together, played the co-op and the PvP, and, it really brought this, camaraderie and brothership, that I really have to attribute to Skylanders. No other game or anything like that had, got us so tight, I feel, as Skylanders. you know, and it really just help us all connect, and it was just undescribable. And when I look at the figures, I'm reminded of like that brotherhood and that nostalgia and that camaraderie. So really cool. And you know, as life went on, I had to focus on my career, and you know, girls driving me crazy and stuff like that, so had to push Skylanders to the back burner. But even doing that, I remember going on business trips and yeah, putting Skylanders Dino Rank specifically in my briefcase and taking them with me you know, to different cities. And when I got there, you know, I'd take them out, put them on the nightstand at the hotels or whatever. And yeah, he helped give me some courage and strength to help me get through some tough times in my career and my life. So you know, Skylanders has been there for me, man. I feel Skylanders, I love Skylanders, you know, so it's for real, man. It's real. And you know, getting back into it and finding Ignite the Fire and seeing the you know, the passion and the enthusiasm that he has you know, for the characters, the franchise, the community. It really inspired me to start up my own YouTube channel and get into it. So yeah, man, Skylanders, legit.
Skylanders has always been a pivotal part of my life. After playing the original Spyro game when I was younger, I found out about Giants when I went to a friend's house, and I was instantly hooked. After buying my own copy, I started collecting, talking and breathing Skylanders. It was very popular at my school, and it made me some lifelong friends. Moving into secondary school, Skylanders went on the back burner for me. But during lockdown, I realised there was something missing from my life, so I gave it another go. And that was one of the greatest decisions of my life. Whilst playing through the games again, I found out about the Skylanders community, who, by the way, are the most damn friendly community on YouTube. I truly felt part of something amazing, and was humbled to know the series meant as much to others as it did to me. I've loved talking to people from the community all over the world, and sharing my passion of Skylanders with others. So, this 10-year anniversary of SSA marks 10 years we have all been loving Skylanders, and 10 years since our lives changed. Thank you very much to Ignite the Fire for giving me a chance to share this with you guys. I've been Jonathan Bint.
Hello everybody, my name is Destroyer's Guardian, and today I have been invited to Ignite's 10-year special anniversary Skylanders video. Thank you, Ignite, for inviting me, and I'm just going to talk about partially my history about Skylanders. So it started in 2011, and the shop where I went to, there was like this area where you could play as Spyro, Trigger and Gilgrant, and you could play the first 3 levels of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, and I instantly fell in love with it. It took me a week to get it, but it was fine because I instantly loved the game, and Trigger Happy is was in the starter pack, so I have to love it. Spyro's Adventure is my favourite game, of course, but that's not saying the other games are terrible or bad. I think they're incredible. Giants, I love the gimmick with the bigger giants and that they can do, like, destroy boulders. I love variants like Legendary's Light Cores and some of that. I love the Swap Force gimmick of swapping Skylanders, creating your own abomination. The traps were fantastic. I love playing as like villains like Chaos and stuff. Supercharged I was alright with, and Imaginators creating your own Skylanders was incredible. Crash and Spyro were obviously in it, so that's weird. Anyway, thank you all for watching this, and subscribe to Ignite the Fire. Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Coming Clean, and I have a YouTube channel called Coming Clean Gaming. I am here on Ignite the Fire's channel to talk about what the Skylanders games mean to me. Let's get right into it. My story differs a little from most players since I started playing the Skylanders games earlier this year. I was 26 when Spyro's Adventure was released, and I worked at a video game retailer, so I certainly remember the Skylanders hysteria. For various reasons I didn't pick up the game back then, but here we are 10 years later and I have accumulated quite a collection. So why is this series so special to me? There are a lot of reasons, but I'm going to focus on 2 of the main ones. The first one is the community itself. After I made my video about getting into Skylanders in 2021, I received such a warm welcome into the community. The way that people embrace new content creators and discuss various aspects of the games in such a friendly manner is one of the main reasons, at least for me, to keep making videos about these games. I've been playing video games for more or less 30 years, and it's truly remarkable to see such a strong, dedicated community for a game series that saw its last game 5 years ago. The second thing I want to point out is all the content creators. Many of you are in your teens or early 20s, the exact group of people that I meet every day in my work as a high school teacher. I know how easy it is to have grand dreams about wealth, fame and glory, but few people are willing to put in the work to achieve them. To see the immense amount of time that all you young content creators put into your channels is very inspirational to me. You have clearly shown that you know what it takes to achieve your goals. Those were the main reasons the Skylanders games are very special to me. Thank you to Ignite the Fire for having me on the channel, and I wish everyone a great 10-year Skylander anniversary. Take care.
Hello everyone, I'm Evan the Black Knight, or M the Portmaster. Same person, doesn't matter what you call me. But I am a Discord mod on Boomringer's Discord server and a YouTube mod and his YouTube channel as well. But yeah, it's been 10 years since the game came out, and I am very shocked. I feel really old. But yeah, this is my part for Ignite the Fire's 10-year collaboration. I hope you enjoy. And let's begin. So, around when the game first launched, it was Christmas. And the thing is, I never knew Skylanders existed. I never heard of Spyro. Never heard of anything about Skylanders. But when the Christmas came, my brother got Skylanders, and I was confused. I was like, what is this? Is it like a little action figures or something? No. It was something that I should have gotten a long time ago. Which is kind of dumb, because I literally got it when I was a child. Okay, that was a stupid dumb joke. Anyway, so we shared it, and it was fun. We enjoyed it, and then Round Giants came around, we did the same thing. And the thing is, we got it early. We got it right as it came out on, like, Christmas. But we got it, we enjoyed it, but the things changed around, little months after Giants. My brother kind of got tired of it. But that's actually good for me, because he gave it to me and I have them. And as the years went on, I still got the games, I still collected them, and I still have them to this day, and I'm still buying some off eBay, and I'm having fun. Yeah, so the years went by, and I'm probably going to put a video down here to see my collection so far. I am still planning to get more, but yeah, it's going to continue being bigger and better as it can. But yeah, how Skylanders affected my life? Oof. Well, it became my favorite game. I think that's a good way to start off. Because the thing is, it's simple, it's fun, like, there's a lot of problems with it. But it's the goodness overcomes the badness, because it's fun, there's a lot of things you can PvP, there's a lot of things you can do, and I know it's not for everyone, but if anyone who never knows Skylanders, at least give it a try. It's worth it. Well, sorta. I was gonna give you a little tip right here. If you don't want to pay like $1,000 for like every Skylander, I recommend you buy NFC cards. Those things are like, you get like $45 total for the card reader and the cards. You can literally get every Skylander with that, so I recommend you buying those. But anyway, back to the real reason. Skylanders affected my life a lot. It's still my favorite game, and probably still will be until the end of time. Yeah, I'm still gonna collect Skylanders. I'm still gonna have a blast doing it. I have yet to collect Robo yet, so that's gonna be fun. Huh. But yeah. Thanks, Ignite the Fire, if you accept this. I hope you enjoy, and stick around, Portal Masters.
And don't let any prick tell you that it's a bad game, because if it makes you happy, then it's the game for you.
Hello, and Judith here, and heck, I'm playing Skylanders for like a lot of time now, and there's no way it didn't impact my life at all. I would even say that it impacted it so much that I can't even name all the things that it had actually impact on, but I guess I'll at least try. So, without a doubt, was Skylanders the game that first of all got me into gaming itself. Without Swap Force on the Wii, I probably would have never touched a video game till this day. But yeah, I got it in 2014, so almost right before my teen years started. Cause the thing is that a lot of people probably played Skylanders as a child, so it had bigger impact on their childhood, but for me, it defined my teenage years, cause in all honesty, these are some hard years. I mean, basically everything is changing around you. School really hits hard, and you generally are trying to find out who you are and what you want to become one day. And the Skylanders has always been kind of a very safe place I can go to when I had problems or stress with life around me. It actually helped me to get through some hard stuff in school, like when there was something weird in the exam. I mostly panicked extremely, but my mom started to tell me before one that when I have problems doing one, I always got to remember the catchphrase of chill, which was stay cool. And as weird as it sounds, but it actually helped me to deal with that problem, and I panicked much less. I ultimately also gained more self-confidence thanks to Skylanders, and especially being active in the community. Talking about that, never thought that I would be friends with someone from, I don't know, America, but Skylanders actually made that possible and helped me in terms of communicating in English with other people much better. And well, finally, when I started playing Skylanders, it not only combined and continued some of my earlier passions like collecting or a passion for fantasy creatures. No, it also opened my eyes for a lot of new ones I never thought I would get. Music is probably the best example for it. A few years ago, I wasn't interested in music at all. Music class really sucked. But now, well, my channel at least tries to focus mostly on it. Thanks to Skylanders, the passion was kinda created. The same thing happens right now with art, since Skylanders concept art really fascinates me. I as well learned to appreciate certain animals like whales much more, cause I made some research about them cause of Tidepool and learned a lot of fascinating things about them, making them to some of my favorite animals ever. And well, I'm probably talking for way too long now, so gotta say, thanks very much Ignite for letting me be on this, and also thanks Skylanders for, well, basically impacting my life on such a positive way, even though my money bag really needed to suffer.
Hey everyone, Make 3.0 Shine here, and where do I even start with how much of an impact Skylanders has had on me? Well, let's start with the obvious. I'm here, in this video. Skylanders is the reason that I've started my YouTube channel, and I've loved doing YouTube content ever since. Because of it, I've met so many great people with the same interests and aspirations as me. In high school, honestly, I went through a bit of a dark phase, as a lot of people do, and for me, Skylanders was kind of a way to escape it for a moment. My favorite Skylanders game is Trap Team, and my favorite Skylander is Chop Chop, and jumping into Skylands with my boy Chop Chop will probably always bring me as much joy as it did 10 years ago in Spyro's Adventure. Just thinking about the fact that it's been 10 years makes me feel old. Anyway, in not too long I'll be moving to Portugal to spend more time with my family. I hope that I can show my nephews Skylanders, and who knows, maybe they'll even grow up with it like I did. I mean, my figures definitely aren't going anywhere. Do you see this? I'm probably not parting with them anytime soon. I mean, anyway, that's all I really needed to say, except a big thank you to Toys for Bob, Vicarious Visions, and Beanox for making my childhood and even my teenage years a lot brighter.
Hey guys, Fender's in here. I'm on Ignite the Fire's channel on this video to talk about my travels through the Skylander game so far, from when I was younger to now, and what ignited my spark for the love of Skylanders. Alright, well, I remember 10 years ago when I used to go, when Spyro's Adventures came out on the Wii, was my first ever Skylander game. And I remember when I used to go from Toys R Us, Walmart, anything that would sell video games, that may sell Skylanders, Best Buy, whatever, I'd go daily and try and find some Skylanders. And then I never actually got the chance to finish this collection because the next year Giant came out, and that was the big hype, and I couldn't find anything. I got the base game, but they sold out so fast in stores that I couldn't find anything. And to be honest, I didn't have the budget either. I was 11.
Okay.
Right.
How did Skylanders impact you? How did it make you feel emotionally? How did
it made me
help
feel
you?
happy. It made me. Personally, it made me feel. I felt happy. I felt into the adventure of the games. Like I used to have trauma at home. My parents would fight, and it wasn't. Let's just say I wasn't in a hopeful household when I was. Well, I was. It was in a good household, but it was the only thing that brought me joy because my dad was always occupied in his office, or my mom was in her kitchen, or with dogs. I still remember I'd come home from school and go downstairs and plug in my portal and actually jump in on Spyro's Adventure or Giants.
Okay, now, do you know when you stopped and why you stopped?
I stopped when I went to my secondary school. The reason why I stopped is because I didn't have time anymore. I was at the school during the week, came home 2 days on the weekend, and to be honest, I was playing more violent video games at the time, and I actually had to sell my Wii because it wasn't working anymore. So
what rekindled your love for the franchise?
I actually started playing back with Let's Go Gaming, and actually turning back to Skylanders. Actually, what rekindled my joy, what started it, is I used to play when I actually before I moved here. Sometimes over Christmas break or March break, I'd come to my cousin's house, and he also has a massive collection of Skylanders. Actually, I think it's bigger than yours.
I'm insulted.
I'm like, no joke.
I know.
Well, maybe not anymore, but like when I knew him, I haven't seen it in a while, but he used to have a massive collection. So actually coming back, streaming with you a little bit, and being able to touch the figurines again, that really helped me rekindle my joy, and it's actually allowed me to think about happier times.
Okay, what is your goal for the future? Are you trying to do more videos on Skylanders? What's your goal with the figures?
I'm actually trying to personally finish the games, get all the games done personally, and just try to get a full collection of variants, normal, just get a full collection. The figurine does, the game does, it has sentimental value because it brings me joy. To me, an upgrade is just work.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta collect, it's like waking up at 6, going to work, coming back at 3. Right? So,
okay, and bonus question. How would you react if they announced a Spyro's Adventure remake in the next few days?
I'd be elated. Spyro's Adventure made my joy. That's what sparked my spark for Skylanders when I was younger. And if I still could play it, I would. I'd jump in it full force.
I have it.
Yes, you do. But you don't have batteries and you don't have Wii's.
Well, we're going to Walmart tomorrow. I have it for the 360.
Details. That's a detail.
What people are hoping for is like a light and dark element because they came in Trap Team.
Yeah.
Light and dark element for the Giants, for the Swappers.
Yeah, like just that's what I mean by new. Like add the new elements that you added. But again, like I said, Spyro's Adventure and Giants brought me so much joy when I was younger. I still remember going downstairs, the flight of stairs, like walking the actual basement, and I still remember a weekend I just spent the night in the basement playing, and I'd sleep and I'd eat in the basement, and I wouldn't move because I was in the game. I am grateful for Ignite Fire to give me this chance to be on his channel, be in his video. Thanks for listening, and I really hope, I really hope Spyro, they do make a remake or just touches somebody else.
Hey guys, it's your boy Untitled. I'm here on Ignite the Fire's channel to talk about something that Skylanders has impacted on my life, and also happy 10-year anniversary to Skylanders. This is crazy. It's a pleasure to be on this video. I'm glad that he reached out to me, or else I wouldn't have known because I didn't even see the video before this. So, anyway, guys, something that Skylanders impacted on me is my childhood. Growing up as a kid for about like 6 years straight, every single Christmas, all I would get was Skylanders. It was crazy. I remember one Christmas, I actually got a Wii U, and I wasn't really playing with it, so my dad actually drove back to Walmart and returned it for Skylanders Superchargers. It was so funny, but it was so cool though, and I really thank him a lot for him, because Superchargers is one of my all-time favorite games now. Yeah. Actually, when I was little, I didn't really care for the game, but now that I played it again, it's really fun. But anyway, Skylanders has impacted my life, and my life, I mean my childhood. And now, as you can see, I am standing in front of my collection right now. My most recent Skylander is Polar Whirlwind, and a bunch of others if you didn't see my video. So yeah, that's how Skylanders impacted my life, was my childhood. I always enjoyed coming back from school and playing the game. And yeah, guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.
How's it going, guys? It's Urban Skylands, and picture this. It's 2011. I am listening to Lazy Song by Bruno Mars, and when it ends, I get an ad. And it's that iconic Skylanders ad, and oh my god, you put a toy in a portal, and you can play as the Skylander. Those were like my two favorite things at the time, toys and games. So I had to get them. And near the end of 2011, my dad bought me Whirlwind, and soon I got the PC starter pack and Double Trouble in Flameslinger, and the journey began. And it's been unreal. And out of all franchises, Skylanders is the one I have played by far the most. And I love the most of it. I have collected over 200 Skylanders, over 250 if we are including stuff like traps, vehicles, items and duplicates, and even done some cool things like beating almost every version of the main 6 games and Rings of Heroes, ranking all 182 levels, doing some speedrunning and vlogs, fully completing Spyro's Adventure and Giants on Nightmare Mode, 100%ing Swap Force and Trap Team on Nightmare Mode, though I will never complete Imaginators for obvious reasons. And the most important thing, I started a channel because of Skylanders, and I'm close to 400 subs. And that's pretty cool, and that's about it. And thank you to Ignite for including me, and goodbye.
What's going on, guys? This is Mike Noid, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how much Skylanders really means to me. Skylanders was a series I was incredibly obsessed with growing up, and what made this series special for me was trying to collect the figures. I got so much of these guys, it's been getting really hard for me to contain them. I got lured into Spyro's Adventure by those classic commercials. Just the idea of having a huge collection of figures that you can play as in a video game was enough for me to get an addiction to plastic toys. I mean, I couldn't even remember the quadratic formula, but I can name every Skylander and Skylander Swap Force. The games that you probably think of when you hear about Skylanders are the console games. And yeah, I did have a lot of fun playing these games after school or on weekends, but the Skylander games on the 3DS got me fully immersed into the series. I didn't have to stay in front of the TV in my living room to play Skylanders. I could take the series with me on the go. I'm definitely more of a handheld player than a console player, so it felt like I was fighting Count Moneybone more than Chaos. A huge reason why I got nostalgia for the series recently was the fact that I never played Imaginators when it came out. I was waiting till I got my hands on the Switch version of the game, but I waited too long and paid over $100 for it. After I played through Imaginators, I played through the other 5 games again, and I remembered how much fun these games are. And I don't think it's just nostalgia, I really think these games are a lot of fun, and I wish more people would check them out. And the fact that I can talk about the franchise 10 years later to people on this platform is incredible. I know as a kid, I would have really appreciated how someone can listen to me rant about how Skylanders Trap Team looks bad on the Wii without getting any dirty looks. So I'm very thankful for Skylanders for giving me a happy childhood, and I look forward to playing these games in the future.
Hey guys, Shadow Dragon here, and Ignite the Fire asked me, along with I'm sure many of other Skylanders YouTubers and content creators, what impact did Skylanders have on my life, or what is the significance of the Skylanders games in my life? And I really appreciate that question, because I feel like every year someone comes along, someone makes this type of video where they ask all these Skylanders community members the same boring questions, you know, like, what's your favorite memory from blah blah blah, what's your favorite character from Trap Team, you know what I mean, what's your favorite game, or what's your favorite level, all these just random questions that really don't look into what Ignite the Fire is trying to get me to look into. And when he asked me this question, I just sat here and it took me a long time to come up with an answer. How did this game impact my life? And I think that there's not just one answer, you know what I mean? It impacted me in so many ways, and I think that that's just telling in and of itself how remarkable this franchise was for so many of us, that it impacted me in so many different ways, so many different facets of my life. You know, from my YouTube channel giving me passion and you know, in content creating and social media, to finding my best friends, honestly, my best friends in life now that I talk to on a daily basis, they all stemmed from Skylanders. And so I couldn't be more happy to have been a part of this community for the short time that I was. And I can't wait to see how this community grows and blossoms over the next several years as well. Game or no game, there's always going to be people here to carry on the legacy Skylanders. So thanks, Ignite the Fire. Yeah, happy anniversary.
Thanks to Ignite the Fire for letting me be on his channel. And today we're going to be talking about the impact of Skylanders. So, I was a huge collector of Skylanders up until the 6th game. I enjoyed every single game, and when I watched the series and everything. And so, eventually, after they stopped making it, I fell out of the game in, 2018. That's when I found Diablo 3. I loved Diablo 3 back then. I enjoyed it. It's still a good game, but, it was sort of like the first 2 Skylanders games, which I thought were the best of the series. And so, eventually, after playing Diablo, I found out RPGs, turn-based RPGs. Which made me find Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, and Suikoden. Suikoden. And so Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger are my 2 favorite games of all time. And Skylanders helped me find that. And also, it also helped me become a collector. I have a couple stuff, rare Wii remotes, and yeah. And yeah, thanks to Ignite the Fire for having me here. And I eventually became a Skylanders fan back in 2020. And, I played it and almost 100%ed almost all the games. Goodbye.
Hey guys, I'm here, Skyboost Gaming 83, aka Gabe, on a phone. Hi. And I'm here in Ignite's video, as everyone else is, to talk about how Skylanders, as a franchise, has impacted me. I'm gonna walk around, because it's more fun. And that's kind of a simple, question. I've been, obviously affected quite a lot. I talk about this game a lot. I run a YouTube channel about this game, yada yada yada, whatever. I have a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? But I think the most it's impacted me is actually with you guys. Because you guys, specifically, my friends, the people I've met through here, obviously Ignite, people like Make, whom I like Make, he's cool, bunch of other people, like Jojo, and Crypt, and all of them, they're such great friends. They're some of the closest friends I've ever had. I don't know what I would do without them, and they are great. I love them. They're amazing. I love you guys. I can only do half a heart. I'm holding the other half. You guys complete the other half. Epic. You guys were the most impactful in my life. That's how this series has impacted my life, personally. Bye.
If you were to ask me how Skylanders has impacted my life, I would say just how universal everything about the series is. I mean, so many people have played Skylanders throughout its entire lifespan that we're all bound to overlap with our memories and our favorites and our least favorites, and just general amazingness this game franchise has brought us all, with the diversity of every single figure ever made. It's just so big. The franchise is just so big. The roster is just so beautiful. I mean, I can't believe that on the span of 6 years, they were able to achieve so much, and this is just a fraction of my collection. This is nowhere near everything, so it's just incredible what they were able to do, and how even 10 years later, people are still talking about this series and enjoying it and getting into it, and, having fun with it all these years after it ended. So I'm so glad that we all enjoy this series.
Hello everyone, it's me, the Skylander Gamer, and I'm back to another video today. I am here on Ignite's 10th anniversary video to tell you what the Skylanders made an impact on me. And thank you, Ignite, for inviting me. So, Skylanders made an impact on me when I was at 12 years old. And it made me feel very happy to play it because I enjoy collecting the figures. It's like collecting Pokemon cards, but you actually have something in your hand to hold. Even though Pokemon cards are, but you can still tear a Pokemon card up. It is. But these made me feel very happy to collect and keep buying them. And from having this much and going further on to that, it's made me very happy to collect all the figures. I'm still collecting more. I'm still thinking about collecting like Series 1 Robots, Series 1... No, I already have Series 1 Robots, Series 1 Wrecking Ball, Series 1 Double Trouble, Series 1, all the Series 1s, and then collecting the Series 2s and stuff from Giants. And I want to collect some more Giants. And Skylanders made an impact on me it made me feel very happy to play it. And like, it's still like my favorite game out there to play. So it's time for me to wrap this up, everyone. So thank you, Ignite, for inviting me to do this, and see ya.
Greetings, Portermasters. My name is Jack, and welcome to Ignite's video. But for real, thanks for having me on the channel, Ignite. This is going to be one hell of a first collab. Anyways, I want to get straight to the point. How has Skylanders impacted me? The answer to that is a ton. I remember getting the starter pack for Spyro's Adventure in late 2011, only about a month or so after it first dropped. Just from the pack itself, it already looks really good, and when I booted up the game for the first time, I was more than correct. This game instantly captured my heart. The way it looked, the story, the way it played. Don't forget the absolute godly music, and just the way it felt to send the toys that you see on a daily basis into the world of the video games through this portal that can connect to your Xbox, PlayStation, Wii, whatever it is. And it's just a concept I couldn't hate if I wanted to. And with every passing year came a new entry in the series. I loved playing the new installments in those series, even though I've not played Track Team or Imaginators. And I remember from 2012 onwards, discovering the Skylanders, the SkyTubers, community, such as Skylanders Boy and Girl and what have you. And while I only watched a select handful back then, the SkyTuber community in 2021 is bustling with life, and I'm super happy I got to become a part of that this year. Just being up there where my idols were, being one of them. So when people ask how Skylanders have impacted my life, the answer is a ton. It was my childhood, and now I get to create videos about the series and become friends with all these other SkyTubers. And with that, that's all I have to say. Thanks again for having me on the channel, Ignite.
Well, I guess it is now my part of this video. So basically, my experience with Skylanders is pretty big, if I'm going to be honest. It was one of, if not the first game I ever played. And that's saying a lot, because I played a lot of games in my day, like even before Minecraft. So yeah, I remember going to the shops one day and finding a triple pack with Wrecking Ball in it, and I just went, I want this. So we got it, not realizing there was a game that went with it, and we got the game. So yeah, that was a great experience. I loved Giants, which was the first one I ever played. Then I loved SSA, and then I got Swap Force and so on and etc. But yeah, they were just a great part of my childhood, and I've recently gotten back into the franchise, and I'm so happy that there is still an active community on the topic of Skylanders. But with that said and done, I think it is about time that we wrap up my segment and go on to the next person.
What's up, guys? It's the Skylander dude. Now, when I think of Skylanders as a whole, it definitely taught me a lot about collecting, and it actually brought out my love of collecting that I didn't even know existed. You know, I collect the figures, posters, the party supplies, you name it. I collect everything Skylanders, and it's something that really brought out the love of collecting for me personally. Being able to take this collection and bring it to a content form that others enjoy as well as I do, it's great to see that this impact that not only Skylanders has left on me is leaving on other fans as well. Also with my customs, I've learned so much about art in general, just from trial and error and experimenting different things, seeing others in the community doing their customs. It's just a great experience and a great environment as well, and I'm so pleasured to be a part of it.
Hey guys, SSA Crow here, and I am coming on for the 10th anniversary of Skylanders. I just wanted to say, I just wanted to say thank you, Ignite the Fire, for your for making this, because I would made like 2 to 3 attempts trying to make this, and how I got into Skylanders is I was at my neighbor's house during the Giants era, and I've been playing it since I was like, if it came out in like I started playing it when it was in 2013, so like post Giants, pre Swamp Force, so I was like 17 now. Like I was really young when I started playing it. Now I'm like 17. I forgot how you do math for that, but I've been playing it for that long, and I have collected a hearty amount of Skylanders, as we can see right here. The original 32, Golden Flame Slinger, and Robo. These are some of the top players for Skylanders that I've gotten over the years, and I just wanted to say thank you for being here.
So I am in Ignite the Fire's channel right now. I'm explaining our childhood's 10 years Skylanders Prize Adventure. We'll just say this big boy Bash across the Skylanders first Skylander. He'll be 10 years old in 13th of October. So I'm going to explain why I went into Skylanders basically. So my cousins inspired me, and I loved arena battles you could do against your friends, or like we would do a family contest, and it would be so fun, you know. So guys, thank you for listening right here, and we're going to bring it back over to Ignite the Fire.
Thank you for the smooth handoff there, King Donegal, and thank you again for all of the other SkyTubers who partaked in this video. Now, I am in landscape mode, just like the previous SkyTubers preceding me, because I could care less as to the reputation that landscape videos garner. Yes, they're great for apps like TikTok, but on YouTube, when you're watching on a desktop even, you do get the black bars either side, which can be a nuisance. But ultimately, who cares about quality when it's the passion seeping through that I see most of all? And again, that's where we find common ground, not only in the fact that Skylanders has impacted our lives in such a positive manner, but also in the fact that we are willing to express our passion no matter what. And so seeing all of that, well, it's beyond glorious, shall we say. But enough of this, let's transfer to landscape without further ado. So now that I'm back here clearly in landscape of all things, it's time to talk about how Skylanders has impacted me. So naturally, the impact it's left on me is my passion for this community. The Skylanders games have lived on through the people who passionately talk about it, regardless on their view counts, their subscription counts. They never seem to give up, and they want the world to know about their passion and love for this franchise. And because of that, that ability to connect and bond people together through internet sources is incredible. The amount of people I've managed to meet and the dedication they've had towards this franchise. I have garnered more than just memories interacting with these people. I have garnered friendships of a lifetime, and the most excellent case in point is Nolan, the Epic Portal Master. I'm going to end off with his massive and ambitious video, since I wanted to save the best for last, because he truly poured his heart into this, you can tell. And naturally, Nolan, the Portal Master, I have a really soft spot for, because out of everyone in the community, he was the first I managed to gain a true connection with. He has been my friend since September of 2017, and that friendship is thanks to Skylanders. So above all, the main impact for me is the community that's been created and just how strong we are together, thanks to our shared love for this franchise, mind you, but enough of me. Let's finish on a high note with, of course, Nolan, the epic portal master.
Ah yes, it's that time of year again, the time we look back nostalgically at the release of a Toys of Life game that had such an impact on both me and many others as well. We look back on the release of Starlink Battle for Atlas. Yeah, I guess Skylanders Has Impacted too, I guess. If you don't know what it is, no, it doesn't hear anything, but why are you here? Skylanders is, other than being Spellcheck's enemy, is a video game series that started back in October 2011 that uses a base called the Portal Power that hooks up with your game console, tablet, phone, iPod Touch, or computer to send plastic toys called Skylanders into the video game world of Skylanders magically with the power of NFC technology. Now, a lot of people who got into the series were part of the target demographic, that being, what are they called? Yeah, these things. And to them, especially, and the general public, the idea of having a toy interacting in such a significant way with a video game was mind-blowing, seeing as there really wasn't anything like this beforehand. I was 10 years old when Skylanders first came out, and how I originally heard about it was a pair of twins who lived in our neighborhood got the starter pack for Spyro's Adventures for their birthday that was earlier on in the month. And when we were invited over to look at the game, well, to put it lightly, I was blown away. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and honestly, according to my medical papers, I've not been quite the same since. I would have loved to be able to play the game for myself, however, but there was a problem. I didn't actually have a game console at the time, and while yes, Spyro's Adventures did come out for computers, which we had a bulky Windows XP machine at the time, I really had no idea it existed. So, fast forward to the release of Skylanders Swap Force, I decided to save up money to get a Skylander of my very own. See, at the time, I thought only Skylanders that came out for that game would be compatible, i.e., characters that came out for Spyro's Adventures would only work for that game, characters that came out with Giants would only work with that game, and so on and so forth. So, might I be surprised when I saw that they had a version of Eruptor, that being Series 3 Lava Bar for Eruptor to be exact, that was compatible with all the games. I was so happy. So I decided to get that, and it ended up being my very first Skylander. And I was finally able to have a character I can call my own and use whenever I go to other people's places to play Skylanders. Despite me being very happy to finally have a Skylander I can call my own, I was ridiculed by others for getting a Skylander because I didn't have a game, let alone a game console, to play it on, which unfortunately did get to me. If either one of those didn't happen, I probably would have a larger collection today because I wouldn't have been discouraged from collecting Skylanders despite not having the game or the systems to play it on at that time. However, all was not lost because at the end of 2015, a few years later, someone offered to sell us an Xbox 360S to us, and in the March of 2016, we were able to get our hands on it. Me and my brother were able to share the console, and a copy of Minecraft we got alongside it. So a few weeks later, on April 29th, 2016, my mom saw that someone on her friends list on Facebook was having a yard sale. So we went there, the main reason being apparently is one of their daughters were getting rid of their Skylanders collection. So me and my brother were able to get our hands on that collection and split up between the two of us. And from there, we were able to get the Xbox 360 version of Spyro's Adventure. It took nearly 5 years to get into the series, but oh my gosh, it wasn't well worth the wait. From there, I was able to get my grubby little hands on more figures from GameStop that had figures used at the time, or in some rarer cases from Amazon, seeing as I don't usually buy stuff online all that often, at least from there. And seeing as how Imaginators was set to come out later that year, I was able to eventually play through all the games and get a lot of figures and play through the entire series leading up to Imaginators, at least the home console versions, that is. Now, in the fall of 2016, I had a Google account created, and it was for school-related purposes. But on the same day that Skylanders Imaginators came out here in the United States, I created my very first YouTube channel. It originally had my first and last name, which was the name of my Google account, of course, but I would later change it to be Nolan, the Epic Portal Master, but with spaces in between. It was nothing more than supposed to being a placeholder name, but that never ended up changing. And here we are, several years later, and the Nolan, the Epic Portal Master brand is still alive today. However, despite me having a YouTube channel, I didn't really post anything until September of 2017, roughly a year later. At that point, I would go through the whole name-changing thing I mentioned a little bit earlier. So after that, I posted a few videos here and there. My first ever upload actually was a LEGO stop-motion that I made around the same time, and not too much longer later, I ended up creating some Nintendo Switch accessory unboxing videos. My first ever Skylanders-related video was me exploiting a glitch shown in a part of Skylanders Giants, and a little while later I made a Getting Hyped video talking about Skylanders Academy Season 2, which was about to come out at the same time. But nothing of true substance happened until I released what I will later dub my discussion-based videos, and my first one being talking about the upcoming Skylanders mobile game, which we now know to be Skylanders Ring of Heroes, but at the time this was me more or less speculating about it. However, one of the people who commented on the video just so happened to be a certain SkyTuber you may or may not have heard of before. Yeah, his name is Aaron. He runs a YouTube channel called Ignite the Fire, or it is now called Ignite the Fire. So yeah, I mean, if you want, you can probably check him out if you haven't heard of him before. No, I didn't mean it like that! Anyways, since 2016, I've enjoyed playing the Skylanders games, collecting the figures, and since 2017, I've enjoyed being part of the community. And you know what? Thank you so much, Aaron, and for the Skylanders fan base for letting me collaborate with you, talking with you about Skylanders and just other things, and just being accepting and welcoming me into the community, even though I haven't been a part of it or haven't even been with Skylanders since the very beginning for obvious reasons. So yeah, I appreciate all this nonetheless. This series has truly had an impact on both me and many others as well, as I've stated earlier. And you know what? Even though we may not have as many content when it comes to new stuff releasing as we used to, at least with the fans we can keep it alive in our hearts.